Hello everybody, good day to you all. The day is my Resident Alien, season number 2, episode number 3, Girls Night. This episode is directed by Shannon Coley. And in this episode here, mostly focuses on the women of this episode here. You got Asta, Darcy, Kate, Kaylin, Judy, and the Deputy Baker. Go have a girls' night. They want to get to know one another and all stuff like that too. Also, you have Darcy pretty much messing with the mayor, Ben, because she kissed him and he rejected her, and then he's feeling all uncomfortable around her now because he doesn't know how to deal with it. Like, does she tell his wife, or should he not tell his wife, and stuff like that too. And she kind of messing with his head now because of that, which is really messed up because she the one hit on him and then kissed him. He was trying to help her out because they're best friends. They're friends. They know each other since they were children. And she kind of took advantage of that because she was feeling down. And she kind of used him to try to get better. But yet in this episode here, she's talking about sexual harassment that she experienced. Which is kind of like odd because she just did that to them. It's so weird. Because this whole episode is about sexual harassment that women experience. And also the wage gap. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's also a very important matter that you should talk about. But on this show here, the way they did it, it wasn't set up right, or it was so ham-fisted and forced down your throat that it took away from the show because they want to make sure you knew what they were talking about. Because they spent so much time telling you that this was bad, they didn't bother to try to show you that it was bad. Because not really a lot of these women are experiencing what they were talking about, and so it felt like a disconnect. Because it felt like it came out of nowhere. Like they were setting it up in certain places that it could have been addressed through them without them have to force it down your throat that this is bad. Like they got two people in this episode. They could have did that. They could have talked about the subject matter without actually saying it. They could have just showed it. Like you have Deputy Baker. Now she had been trying to get respect from her boss for a long period of time. And they're starting to get the relationship a little bit better, but you can tell because she even mentioned that she wants to get a raise, and he blew her off on that, and also a lot of times he blows her off on certain things, but he does eventually learn his lesson along the way and then come around. This could have been their way of talking about the wage gap without actually like forcing it down your throat. This could have been their way, and then in the end he ended up learning the lesson and then trying to find a way that she actually can get that raise and then move up that way. Because so far, every time that this stuff happens, he blows her off, stuff like that too. It's a cycle they do, and then eventually he might take a long time to get there, but he finally does get there, and he realizes what they were doing is wrong, and he come around. So they could have talked about the subject matter without. That's how they could have showed the wage gap situation without doing it, and also the sexual harassment situation. Like you got Harry. Harry's an alien. Even though he's really smart when it comes to science and all that stuff like that too, interacting with people, he's really dumb. And so he knows this woman's attracted to him, so he's going to use her to try to steal something from her, so he can pretty much build his radio to talk to his people back on his planet. And the way he seduces her again, making her feel certain ways, just a player like this, it would have been a way to he'll find out that this is wrong, and playing people's emotions and feelings like this is not a good thing. And that's bad. So they could have touched on that subject matter and that situation. But that's not what they did. They might have had a bunch of drunk girls constantly talk about how horrible men are, and which is not a good look. And especially since a lot of these women do a lot of horrible things themselves, so it makes them seem like a bunch of hypocrites. It's just like wow, because like the whole seeing all the women get upset over the wage gap situation. And you got the mayor's wife, who's actually doing really well, and you find out in this episode here that she was a lawyer, which I just feel like it came out of nowhere. And so, because the thing is though, it didn't really develop her character much at all. And so, find out she actually is a lawyer, but she's trying not to go into law because she wanted to be the mayor's wife and be a housewife and everything. So it don't look like she's regretting that decision. That decision she made, because I can tell right off the start that Ben did not make her stay home. He did not do that. No, he ain't the type of guy. When they set him up, that he would like force his wife to stay home and be the housewife while he'd be the mayor. I don't think that would have happened. If she wanted to have a career as a lawyer, she could have had it. And so seeing her like getting mad over the wage gap situation, something she could have avoided. Matter of fact, she probably making more money than her husband. She actually did practice or her law practice. even Asta talking about it too. It doesn't seem that she really cares about money that much. So it never really seemed to bother her really. So I know, like I said, a lot of these characters I feel like it's coming out of nowhere. Like you got Darcy talking about how men sexually harassed her, but yeah, she did something horrible to her best friend Ben, and then that she's knowing that he feels uncomfortable about it, use that against him to try to get close to his wife, which is also weird. And the way they went about exposing the information to everybody and all the women in the town was also wrong, because they broke into a facility, stole documents. One of them peed inside the plot plant. Baker was like telling them, this is illegal. We could get in trouble for this. She could have lost her job. They could have went to jail, and the whole point of her trying to get a raise would have been for nothing, because she wouldn't have been a deputy anymore. So it is, like I said, the way they went about it was just all wrong. A subject matter, and it's good they're talking about this kind of stuff, but the way they went about it was like, it didn't fit the show at all. And now the next episode, it's probably going to be like this didn't even happen. So it is, what was the point of this? It felt like this episode felt like a filler. Like they didn't know what to do with this episode. And then they said, let's just talk about the women's issues. Like, okay. And that's pretty much it. I mean, they still kind of, Harry is in this, but he's barely in it. He's barely in it that much. And he did manage to reach his goals, so I guess it's all good. I don't know. And also, Harry developed a power that just came out of nowhere now. Like he can change people's memories. When did that happen? They even pointed out on the show that this. Why didn't you do that? Even Austin said, why didn't you do that to me? But they're trying to say it gave me a touch about it. He didn't want to feel like he's alone, but still, okay. But the episode wasn't all bad. It had some funny moments in there as well too. I really do like the kids, even though it's Max's fault what's happening to him with the whole hair growth situation that he's going through. Like he's going through like early puberty because of this, but it's actually his fault because he stole something from a device from man. Which I have no idea why he keeps doing this stupid stuff. Like he wants Harry to like him, but yet he keeps doing these horrible stupid things that get him in trouble in the first place. It was just really dumb. Yeah. Also, you got that David Logan character. He's one of the people who work for the government. He's still out on the large. He's still trying. I'm not exactly sure what he's trying to do. Maybe trying to get back contact with his boss, maybe. But it has nothing really going with for that right now. But because this whole season so far, starting off, has been kind of weird because you got Harry trying to make a radio to talk to his people, but there has been no sign or no evidence pointing to the fact that his people are going to come and kill everybody. Harry was sent to Earth to kill everybody. And then he chose not to, but there have been no signals. There have been no warnings at all that show that there's any evidence saying his people are going to come down and kill everybody instead. Only thing he's going by is the octopus. Octopus told him that, but the octopus grew up on Earth. So how did the octopus know? So Harry's paranoia is based off of nothing. I mean, they might come, but they have not shown any sound evidence that they will. So. Why are we going through all this whole season? I don't know. It feel like they had no idea, and this is like a half idea, but there was no setup for it. There had been no sign or evidence showing that his people are going to come down and kill everybody. Nothing. It's just like an octopus told him that, and he said, "What?" It's like somebody saying, "Hey, tomorrow somebody's gonna beat you up." Did somebody say that? Who you hear that from? Oh, I just thought I would have thought somebody gonna beat you up. Like what? And you get all paranoid about a possible maybe somebody might beat you up, and nothing happens. Like this, but I don't know. I do enjoy the show, and I really do. I like Alan Tudyk. I think he's an amazing actor too, and I really do enjoy his performance as Harry. Watching him play this character here too. But this season felt like it was kind of rushed. They didn't really have a solid idea, and they just said, "We got something. Let's just go with it and see what happens." And this episode feel like a filler episode because of that. Like they got to stretch it out for all the episodes that they have. And so this episode right here, like this, what should we talk about this episode? Women's issues? Like okay, let's do it. But it had no structure to it. There was no subtlety about it. it's all in your face. So I guess so. I mean, the show is not horrible, but it's just that it just wasn't the best one so far. So, oh well, let's see where it goes from here. So, leave comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this episode of Resident Alien. If you haven't watched it, check it out for yourself. Hopefully you watch it. You would enjoy having watching it too. So give me a channel, like, hit the thumbs up, shaboop, and subscribe to my channel and share. I really would appreciate it. Also, links down below. Connect to all my social media if you want to follow me there, and also to all my stores where I sell things. You want to buy some stuff, I really do appreciate it. So like I always say, in my dreams and real life, I am the Ninja Rabbit. Peace out, people.